Once it's fixed, we can start. When everyone is here, I suggest we can start. So let me check the technical aspect. I always check every time to make sure that we are connected everywhere on YouTube, on Facebook for this RTWM. Talk to Spirits every Monday at 6 o'clock LA time. So I think it is connecting. I'm just checking everything because, as everyone knows, I do everything in this house. I do the readings, I do the technical aspect, I do everything in here, but I like it because I'm in control and that's exciting. So I think we are connected everywhere right now. And now I want to see if Bo was able to join us. I see two people that are waiting on the side. She managed. That's absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to let her in. All right. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit what I'm doing. There's Mattia as well, who's joining us again, who was with us last week. And then, okay, I just clicked that. All right, seems everything is working today. So this is the Talk to Spirit show that I do every Monday. This is the third time I'm doing it. I'm excited to be connected with you. So what we do every Monday is very simple. We try to connect with spirits from other dimensions, and we see how we can rebuild a connection with them. We all have people who we lost in our lives, and sometimes it can bring a sense of reassurance. We feel reassured when we can know that there's a life behind on the other side. Why am I connecting with people from the other side? Well, when I was a child, I would see spirits in my parents' home when I grew up. And most importantly, what happened when I was 24, I was in my parents' beach house. It seems that my family was really attracting, spirits and things like that. And I was on this staircase in the house. This staircase, a lot of people were always falling down on these stairs, whether it was a dog, whether it was a person, my sister. I never fell down, but everyone fell down that stairs, and they were always like kind of cold, these stairs. And I never liked that house for that reason. It felt a bit strange. But anyway, on my 21st birthday at night, I don't know what I was doing there, but I was with my very good friend. We were in this house together at the beach house. And then I was by the stairs, and then I saw a green entity that was very cold, very strange, a man who was wearing a green hat, and everything was green. It was very cold. It was very negative. That person was really upset, and it felt like this person had drowned in the water and resuscitated. I don't know if I could say that, but as a ghost, it was like a ghost. And that person was so mean and so upset and so like a really a horrible feeling. So that's what it was. I can see Kristen that's joining us. And since that day, basically what happened in my whole life, I spent a lot of years trying to understand what was going on with that person, that ghost, or that I didn't know until I understood that the original owner of the house, my family used to have a bank like a long time ago, like 100 years ago. And this person could not pay their loan to the bank. And so my family took the house from this person. And I feel that this person lost the house and ended up very, very badly in probably in water. They probably drowned. That I'm not really sure about, but they lost the house, they lost everything, and they're haunting the house. So that person has been haunting the house. And basically the reason why I've been traveling all around the world and living everywhere, and so many different places, is because I never find home, because that ghost doesn't want me to. I'm kind of like paying for the whole family until I could resolve this enigma. And the enigma was that this ghost is not happy in the house. We took his house. And so I had to do a ceremony last year when I was in Austria, and to just say sorry for the family and tell him, we can't help you at this point. You're dead. You need to kind of go on the other side. But I'm saying on the behalf of my family, sorry, you lost the house. And so it took me all these years to understand that this ghost that was in the stairs was not my ancestor. It was actually someone completely different that was very upset because they lost their home. So that's what I wanted to explain. And there's been a lot of stories like that, of ghosts or spirits that I've been connected to. I'm not going to tell you everything right now because it's on my website. And anyway, we want to connect with spirits today, not just to hear stories. That's why you came. And what I wanted to remind people as well in terms of spirits, how can we connect with people who are dead? Because, you can think that somebody's dead, okay, it's fine, buried, finish. You could think that. That's what a lot of people think. Some people think differently. So the reason I have to say this other story. When I was 20, I was doing a Reiki session with a very close friend of mine, and we hold each other's hand, and we felt ourselves really ascending in a very, very high in the universe. And there was a big cone, and we were in this cone, like kind of circling around in this cone, and this huge cone of it was like really being like 10,000 miles, or I don't know, 100,000 miles on top of the universe, and we were gravitating around all these crystals, you know, and these crystals were actually people. So it was like piece of light, red, blue, green, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I have the belief that what I saw that day was where we go after life. And it was really beautiful. And I always want to remember that day. I made a drawing of it as well to make sure I will always remember it, like until I die, basically, because it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I'm lucky that I've seen it when I was very young. I was like 20. So since I'm 20, I've seen that. And I'm like, it's really, really beautiful. So I want to tell you that's where we go. And there are different dimensions like that. When we die, we go there, and then we can come back and then go there again. But there's always a diamond there that kind of, we could say it's like a connection to our soul. It is staying there. It's always there. So we're always connected to the other side at the end of the day, and we come back, we go there. I don't know how long we stay there. I guess probably in human time, we can be there 10,000 years, 5 years, a million years. Nobody knows, but the connection is still there. So that's how we are all connected together for that reason, because we all have a little piece of diamond there that is us, or ruby, or a piece of light. And so that's the reason why we keep the connection. And the people who are, I mean, the people who died in this life, they still have this little thing there anyway, and we are all connected. So that's how we can still communicate with them, because they are somewhere, you know, even if they're not like a human, they are somewhere. There is this connection, and that's kind of what I tap into when I connect with different spirits. So what we do today, usually I ask people to give me a name, and I try to see what comes up and what, you know, what feeling, what sensation I have. I draw. I mean, I don't draw very well, but anyway, we're not judging that tonight. I make little drawings in my notebook, and then we see kind of what we get, what emotions we get, what feelings we get, what answers we get. And then as we are connecting, you know, the person who's asking me, we can try to see if we have answers, or, you know, get more elements. I remember last week with Mattia, we were connecting with her mom. I remember this Christmas spirit that she really liked, the candies and all that. So it was all this, and the lights, there's actually a piece of light flashing. So she was saying to us that Mattia, who's actually with us, should really celebrate Christmas no matter what, if she's with friends or not, or, you know, but this time need to be a celebration, whether there's one person or a million, you need to put lights and, you know, and trying to make it happen for you. That's a message we had. And yeah, and you know, and her mom was like really a fun person, and who liked, you know, eating candies. That's really like all. I saw a lot of things like that around her. So that was the message for her, you know. And that's so yes. And sometimes at Christmas we think of people that we lost, you know, and so it's a moment that can be a little bit sad for some people. So it's a good time to reconnect actually with people from the other side at the very moment when we have time anyway to do so. We have a little break, Christmas, New Year's Eve, and then it's a good moment to reconnect with them, because we have the time, and it is a time usually that unifies all people that, you know, families and people that care about each other. You know, usually that's when you connect in Christmas. Usually it's a time. So it's a perfect time to do it. What I would remind everyone as well, I consider this being an experience. Usually when I'm with a client, it's very private, you know, we have the time and the connection is established or not. But with this new system that I'm doing, I'm really experimenting, because it's very different. Sometimes it doesn't connect, you know, so we're all together experimenting something new. It is not always completely accurate. We'll see what happens, but you know, you're here. I really thank you for coming, and we're going to pursue, you know, our connection with spirits, and also our belief that there's no, I mean, we don't really die. We just like transition, and honestly, I really know that. So whether you experiment it or not, but I've experimented, I've seen it, I'm so sure about it. So that's why, even though it's hard to lose people that we love, but they're somewhere, they look at us, we're connected, you know, and so that's important to remember that. So I like to say that before we even start. And another story I want to say is that I lost a very good friend of mine as well when I was 21. He was just 1 year older and younger, and he had a car crash, and I never saw him again, obviously. But I feel very connected to him, and there's always a sense of happiness and joy around him. So it's not because people are on the other side that they're not with us. So it's important to remember that. I will go there at some point as well. So, and we were there before. So that's kind of how it works. It circles, you know, it never really ends. It's like a circle. So, Bo, you are the first one who connected today, and you were not finding the link, but finally we found it. We got you in. So I suggest we can start with you, and maybe you want to connect. You know, yesterday during the RTWM Tower Live show, you were telling me that you wanted maybe to connect with your parents. So I mean, I don't know if it's the first people you want to connect with, but that's kind of what you said. Yeah. So I would imagine so. Yeah, these are the first people.
I would like that. The name, I'm going to give you my mom's name.
All right, we can start with
It's kind of strange to pronounce maybe for you, but it's a Bulgarian name.
no,
So
I'm
it
sure.
is Z,
Yes.
Z as in zebra, L for love,
Yeah.
A for apple, T for
So
Tom, kite, and A for apple.
T for Tom and A for Apple.
Yes,
Zlata.
Zlatka,
Sorry, because
TKA.
you froze for a second. That's why I didn't get the K. Okay,
Yes,
Zlata.
okay.
Okay. No, no, for me, it's, I travel. I've been a lot in Eastern countries, and so I've heard. So your name is totally typical of the East, so it's not shocking for
Yeah.
me. All right. So let me see what I'm feeling. So I want to say something. Yesterday, when we talked on the Tower show, I did feel something from your parents, but I don't know how this is going to resonate with you. I very often connect with food, by the way. I don't know if it's because I really like to eat, but there's often things connected with food, I have to say. I don't know why. My reading, there's always food coming up when I connect with, not always, but it does happen quite a lot. I don't know why. But I felt something very soft about them, like a sponge thing, and I don't know why, but it felt something, it's very soft, like, I don't know if it's a sponge cake or if it's a sponge, something is very soft. I'm feeling something very soft on which maybe you walk, or it's I'm feeling that sensation. It's very soft. Or is it someone who was doing I don't know if they were doing massage or something, but the softness with the hand and doing something with the hand, that I'm sensing something like that from them. So I don't know if that speaks to you, but there's something very soft that they're doing with the hands, and like kind of pushing on it, and it's the movement I'm doing,
Yes,
I'm
yes, I
sensing
can
that
see
from
it.
them. I don't know what they're doing with the hands, but they're doing something with the hands, and it's soft. So it can either be the earth where the grass is growing, and it has a bit like this color, but it can also be doing something with the hand, like
Okay, can I ask you a question? A
anything you want.
clarifying question? Could that be playing the piano?
Oh yeah, look at what I'm doing with my hands. I suppose
Yes.
so, because it does require that. Yes, I would imagine, because I really feel this softness in the hand, and I do play piano as well, so I can totally relate, to this. It's very
The
likely. Yes.
fingers. Well, I'm relating it. The question when I registered for today, there was a question. There was a field for notes or questions or something, and I said I would be happy to receive from them a message about a special gift that I have that I can realize uh, right away or soon or something. And playing the piano is something that maybe that. I mean, I don't resonate with the food, although that can be something as well. But
Yes.
it what you were doing reminds me more of playing the piano.
That's what matters. What it reminds you is what it is. But I feel like this kind of the person who's showing me that is it's a person that had something with the hand, and that had an ability with the hand where you need to do something like that. So that's why I was
Okay.
like, what are they doing? It seems to be connected to what you say. I guess if you're playing the piano, can be connected to that, but it is something with the hand for sure. So I wasn't sure if it was massage or doing something with pastry, but there's definitely something with the
Yes.
hand, because
Okay.
that's, and they show
N-
me like, you know what I'm doing right now.
neither of them, yes, neither of them
Yeah.
played the piano, but
Yeah.
they really liked me, especially
Yes.
both of them really liked me when I was learning to play the piano. I was first grade, and
So
they were really happy with that, both of them.
So I think, like, with what I'm feeling from them, that I feel is very possibly validating the fact that you should play, and that should do that, something with your hand. I think it's also about doing something with the hand. I do feel that they had something with their hands that they could
Okay.
do. They were good with the hands. I have the feeling.
Oh, she was very good. Yes,
What was she
yes, my mom.
doing? Was she doing
Uh,
pottery or something? Or because I'm really, everything is with the
no,
hands. I feel like, I'm getting
no,
a lot
but
of things like,
she was very dexterous in
right.
doing many things, my mom. And she actually loved working with her hands, whether it is knitting or creating furniture or doing numbers, counting. She loved all this um, hands. She was very good with her hands
Yes.
altogether.
So I feel I'm very connected with that, with the talent she had with the hands. Maybe you have the same. Maybe that's a message as well, that you inherited the same. You have the same thing. I'm the hands, the touching, it could also be from what I'm feeling. Maybe you have a
Okay.
gift to do massage, or maybe you should learn how to, maybe heal with your
Oh, I
hands.
do.
Touch.
I have a
Oh, you do
great
already?
gift for massages. Yes. Yes.
Yes. So there's a connection like that with you, I feel, from her. I see a house now. That's a completely different thing, but I see a house. Okay, I draw like it's terrible how I draw, but I see it looks like a castle, but it's not a castle. But anyway, I'll show you. But it's I see a house. It's made of wood. There's green on it. There's a green color on it. There could be trees around. I'm feeling like a house, a wooden house. It's made of wood. Yeah. So I see that house. Uh, there's a smell of something something cooking in the house. There's something in there, like this big thing, and it's I can smell a very nice smell. You get in the house and you can see something is cooking, to eat.
Is
I
that
always
my
think about.
house?
I don't know if it's her house. I feel that
Oh,
it's.
okay.
I don't think it's your house. I think it's their home. I feel that it could be the home where you grew
Okay.
up, and it smells like a meat and stuff. This kind of goulash or something. There's
Yes.
something in a pot that is. I can smell the thing. I mean, I can imagine the smell. I don't really smell it, but I can.
Yes.
So you can see this smell that's kind of, you get in
Yes.
and you can start to come in your nose when you open the door. I think it's very a sense that there's a sense like this is your home. I don't know why, but it's almost like telling you this is your home. You feel at home. You feel home when you're there. So maybe there's something about Bulgaria as well. You're going back there, and your home is there. There's a home for
Mhm.
you there. I'm feeling something from her. She's telling me like her home is there. Your home is there. So I don't know if you still have a home there, but your real home is there, not where you live now. There's a sense
Hmm.
of belonging
Okay.
to there. Yeah,
Okay.
you belong there. I
Yeah.
mean, you
Yes.
do. Home for you
Okay.
is there. I'm really sensing that. I see the house.
Yes.
I see a home there. Oh yeah, there's something else that I saw as well. I saw like little dolls as well, or like I don't know if they were dolls but I saw some
Yes.
dolls as well. Yes, that were, and yes, and when you said the knitting, it's possible as well that there was something knitted around. But there's this dolls, and there's also now I'm thinking of this gingerbread little person, that
Oh,
you can make and
okay.
eat. Yeah, but it
Yes.
represents a person. I get that too. There's something very fairy tale-ish around all that, by the way. The wooden house, the color, the smell of the thing that's baking. There's something very like a green fairy tale kind of thing around.
Okay.
All right, that's the vibe that I'm getting around. And it's a sense of preparing something. I feel that there was a real sense of hospitality, knowing how to be to host, to have people coming home. So that place was really home. I think the connection with you would be that they would like you to live somewhere like that you can really feel and recreate that and have them around in a place that feels very homey,
Yes.
and welcoming and warm, where you can bring people in. And um, they taught you that, that's what I'm feeling as well. They taught you how to, welcome people, how to cook for them, how there's always need to be something warm on the stove as well. Whenever there's always need to be something already on the stove, for if someone comes in and want to eat something, you always must have that. I mean, that's part of the culture or something. Always
Yes.
have something cooking somewhere. That's why you smell it when you enter the house, because in case
Yes.
somebody comes and visit, so it's I see a lot of beautiful things around this home. So I don't know if it's a home you still have or where you grew, but there's a home that's very, very nice, that I'm sensing connection with this home. And their spirit is still there somehow. I feel they had this very big connection with that one home. They really liked it, or they loved it. I feel there's a sense of they put their love in there. um and somehow it feels like it's still there, or the location is still there. But yeah.
Yes. The location is there, but we sold the house. It was
All
not
right, all right. I hear
my
you, but
house that we owned in the family, and it belongs to somebody else.
all
And
right.
it doesn't look like anything that it used to look, but maybe
Mhm.
it's just the image, the idea of a home, not a house, but a home, a place where you
A
belong.
home, yeah, another house, a home, yeah, very much. It's very much about recreating that for yourself, and remembering what made the home a home. You have to do the same. So maybe it's a
Yes.
connection with your home, your own home as well. It needs to be the same. I and But I still feel that at this place there is still a good vibe in there. So if you ever can visit that house again, it would be a good idea. Even if you just go visit, just go and say I used to live there, or see
Next
this
year.
time. Yeah, it would be good for you to just go and see them again because there's something magical in there. You know, there's a very good vibe. The vibe is still there. The family is still in there. The vibrations, it's very warm. You know, very very good, very warm. Um, in terms of the gift, you were talking about the piano before. I just wanted to connect. Yeah, you were talking about you wanted to know if they wanted you to do the piano. And cooking is very important as well. Cooking, baking. You know, I feel that. You always have to do what they said in terms of tradition. Always have something in a pot that is cooking, you know?
Yeah,
You
I
always
like
must do
that.
that to remember
Yeah.
them. Even now, you know, even if you don't know anybody's coming, but you have to have that. It's part of it. And, you know, there's a connection. Do you want to ask anything? I feel so to tell you what I'm feeling very much a sensation of being home. It's very important to welcome people, especially during this Christmas thing, Christmas time, knowing how to host, bring people home, bring them to you,
Hmm.
invite people over. It's very much that kind of thing. It's almost like a hotel, you know, like the feeling like, but not a hotel where people pay, like you know, this kind of
Right.
come in,
Yes.
come, you know, come and taste my things and come and enjoy with
Welcoming.
us and be together. Very
Welcoming.
welcoming. Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
yes.
yes.
Well, the only question, this was my question, if they would communicate or she would communicate of some special gift that I have that I can work on and make it successful in life with some practical aspect.
So let me see exactly what I'm feeling with in regards to that. Um, I see decorating. You know, I see like a box with like stones or things you could glue in it. So maybe crafting, you know, decorating,
Okay.
creating
Hmm.
little things, you know, little things with your hands.
Yes.
That's what I'm
Okay.
sensing. Yeah,
Okay.
and and because I felt this pottery thing before as well, I don't know, maybe there's something about pottery, making things with your hands, vase,
I
or
like that. Yes.
using your hands to you know, massage, vase, decoration, everything that's like, you know, that you can do with your hand, basically. Everything where you can show your love in what you do,
Yes.
but with
Okay.
your hands, you know. So I think that's a message, really. Remember what they taught you in terms of, like, you know, when you prepare something for people, they feel warm, they feel, you know, welcome. You need to use
Yes.
that. But that can also be playing piano, you know. If you play nicely the piano, you get in a room, somebody's playing the piano and it's beautiful and it feels home. If it's beautiful. If they don't play well, you want to run away. But if it's nice, you feel like it's heaven, you know, just the piano
Well,
and the seat.
well, the piano for me is more like receiving music, channeling music, and writing, songwriting, rather than playing somebody else's music.
I
That's
understand.
what I've been kind of getting
Yes,
good and better at. But that's also creating with the hands in a way, if I think about it. So makes
absolutely.
sense to me.
And the music should be warm music, once again, just
Yes.
like everything you had when you grew up in this house. That's what you need to use in whatever you create. So I'm also thinking of gospel music and things like that. You know, when you have all these voices and people feel welcome and wrapped into the
Yes.
voice, you know, I really like. So things where people feel home when they, you know, when they are surrounded by the sound, they feel wrapped into the sound, wrapped into the art.
Something welcoming. Yes, I like
Yeah,
that.
very welcoming.
Hmm.
So it could also be actually Christmas songs are supposed to be welcoming. I'm not saying you must make only Christmas songs, but it's true. These Christmas
Right.
songs do feel you
Yes.
welcome and like, you
Yes.
know, Christmas came back. That kind of thing, yeah. But really remember everything you've been taught and how it was in your house, and that's what you need to use for what you create and how you create it with the same intention of
Okay.
welcoming, you know,
Welcoming.
and this warmth. When people listen to it, they're not feeling like, you know, they're feeling like, oh, this is so
Right.
nice, you know, and
Right.
they feel like they want
Yes.
to. So that's how what you could write about as well, you know,
That's
about
who
what.
I am. Yes. Thank you.
Yes. So I feel that's what's from them. It's horrible what I drew, but I just show you just so you see. This is a house. It doesn't look at all like a house, but anyway, I just show you because, you know, I because
That's
whatever.
okay.
But it's
It
not
looks
very
like
nice.
a crown if you ask
It really does. It's true, but
me. It
actually,
looks like a
yeah,
cat,
it's a crown, yeah,
you
but
know?
it's absolutely true. But this actually supposed to be a house made of wood and it's green, but I didn't get the
Yes.
green pen.
That's
But it's
very
got
pretty. Thank you.
yeah, so I wanted to say that, and the connection is very good. I find that what comes from them, it's very warm, very nice. I feel that they're around and they are in a good place as well. They feel the same as in the house in a good day, if I may say, you know.
Hmm.
So,
Good.
and I think they are together, by the way, because I don't often see people together, but I think they are together.
Thank you.
in the same
That's good
place.
to
Yes.
know. Yes.
So
Thank you.
and then yeah, and I feel that everything I get is just very warm and very welcoming from them. Very much and very large as well. I don't know why, but I feel like an extended kind of the vibe is very large, you know? It's not like a little
Hmm.
person. It feels like it's very wide.
Yes, they
It's
were
not
both like
small.
that.
It's not small people. Yeah, exactly. It's not
Yes,
small. It's
thank you.
very much like larger than life, if I may say, you know? Yeah,
Yeah.
very much that way. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling from them.
Thank you so much.
So
I appreciate it.
I hope I was able to connect you a little bit. I felt a connection, so that's good because
Yes.
sometimes I
Yes,
remember like
thank you.
the first time I didn't feel a connection with anyone, but I mean no, with that one person I wanted to connect with someone called Beatrice, and I just could not connect. I connected to all the friends of this Beatrice, but not to the Beatrice. We still don't know where
She
she
was
is.
stubborn. She didn't want to come.
That happens sometimes. Some spirits
Yes.
don't want to talk to me, they want to talk to someone else, or you know, and so that happened to me actually. It was once a few years ago, and anyway I had to refer the client
Yes.
to another medium because the person did not want to talk to me for a special reason, because anyway, but it happens like
Happens.
that sometimes. Spirits are still people, you know, and so they are not just alive
Yes.
like a carnival, you know. It's not like that at all.
They have preferences. Yes.
Absolutely, they decide, you know. You can't just
And intentions. Yes.
and I want to
Thank you.
say something as well.
Yes.
They see you like their little daughter, like
Mm.
they see you, you know, they see you like your little daughter, your little daughter. Yeah,
Oh, I see. Okay. Well,
right. They see you that way too.
I hope they can see me successful, but
Yeah, no, they see you anyway. They see you like a child, you know. They still see you like a
right.
child. They don't see you really like a grown up. So don't. I mean, so it's fine. They will always. I mean, the vibe I'm getting, their parents just looking at you,
Yes.
like their little girl. So, you know, it's they don't really care, to tell you frankly, about this whole success part. From what I'm sensing, they just want you um, to understand what they taught you in terms of like welcoming, being warm. That's very
Okay.
important. If you were not that way, that would be an issue for them. But this is a
Okay.
major thing that they taught you and that they want you to keep, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you the picture of the little girl. Hopefully you can see it.
Yes, absolutely. I'd love to see. We're all going to see.
Can you see it?
No, because maybe you are using the green screen and then the photo you are putting is kind of like, you understand what I'm saying?
Oh,
You are
yes.
using the green screen effect. So now the photo looks a little bit weird. We can't really, now we can see a little bit. Let me see. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
It
Okay.
almost looks like a ghost, but it's only because of the
I'm
green
sorry.
screen effect, you know, it's not because,
Yes,
all right.
yes,
Well,
yes.
that
But
sounds
at
great.
any rate, thank you so much. I
Thank you for
appreciate it.
joining, and I will see you soon. Stay with us if you have time and if you
Yes, I
can.
will stay.
All
Yes,
right,
thank
wonderful.
you.
That's great. So now we're going to talk to, you know, I'm going to talk to Kristen first because
Okay.
last time we talked to Mattia for a little while. And so I want to see what we can connect with Kristen, and then we will talk to you, Mattia. Is that okay with you? Because I'm just curious to see what's going to come up with Kristen. That's why. So it's a little curiosity. And so, Kristen, how are you?
I'm good. Nice to see
I
you.
just want to see who we connect with, and you know, and I'm curious. So that's why I switched to you immediately, because I don't know, I feel something interesting may happen, or we might connect with someone. Would you
Yeah.
like to connect with someone in particular?
You know, I mean, I am open. I was thinking maybe my grandmother or my grandfather on my mother's side, or my grandmother. I'm so sorry, my grandfather on my mother's side, or my grandmother on my mother's side. Are you getting a hit on either one?
Let's start with your grandmother, okay? On your mother's side, you said, or on your father's side? Mother's side.
Grandmother on my father's side.
Yes. And can you just tell me her name?
Pearl.
Pearl?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to see, because sometimes we don't hear. Sometimes I don't hear properly. So now I did.
But if somebody else wants to come in, that's totally fine.
Absolutely, yes. Let me just see what's happening. But usually the way I connect is more like with a name, and for some reason, because after that, I feel it's very confusing. It's like we get mixed up with a lot of other spirits and we don't know who came. But sometimes it happens. So if it happens, it happens, you know. But and then after that, yeah, we don't even know. It's like a whole, you know, a whole party here, and it's like we don't know, we don't know who we're talking to. So it's better. That's kind of the method I've been doing, because it's just kind of easier. Unless sometimes people give me an object that I can touch, and then that's different. I can talk about the object, but this is not easy with Zoom. We can't do that yet.
I
You
have a
can't send me the object.
statue of hers that I could hold up to the screen if you would like.
If you want, but now you told me already who we wanted to connect. So it's more like, you know, when I don't know anything about anything and someone gives me an object, then I can say who it belonged to and stuff. But now so let me check on it. I see something from this person. The first thing that I'm getting, I see like a necklace, and I see someone who's very precise in doing things, you know, something very, very specific, very precise in how she was doing things, precise with her hands, very able, you know, maybe she was drawing or doing a craft that is very precise with the hands. I'm getting a real connection with her. And everything was done in a certain way. Yeah, very precise, you know, very, very precise. Some kind of skill, some kind of gift as well to maybe draw or maybe sewing, but something not sewing. I feel more maybe cutting things, but I feel it was very, very well done. So she had this eye, probably a very good eyesight as well. I feel, you know, very able to clack point. So I don't know what she was doing, but she was doing something that requires or that can be very good when you have good eyesight. So I feel she was. I don't know what she was doing, but I feel she was doing things with a hand and like kind of selecting things. I don't know why, but it required to be really precise with the eyes and like be really like selecting. The message from her, from the person that I'm getting, is very much to be very specific about things in your life, be very clear. You might have inherited that from her, to be very precise, very specific. At 5:52, we do that. You do it at 5:52. You're able to do that. You are very accurate, specific. You're on time. You're never late. It's this kind of thing that's pretty much on time and clear and precise. And if you do something, she likes that in you. I think, you know, this precision you have. It's very, very precise. You know, you would be able to make a drawing. I mean, if somebody tells you, okay, you've got like 10 colors with a little square, now you could create like a complete puzzle with each thing, and it would be done properly. You have this precision. That's from her. She likes that in you, I think. She hates mess. Messiness is like, you know, I feel that this person hated anything messy, you know, things. It had to be really done clack. This in the drawer, no clothes on the floor, no the kitchen. Everything had to be very like folded well, clack, folded well, clack. No, very much that way. A little bit controlling, you know, in terms of like how things need to be done. I can see her collecting things and putting them in I don't know how it's called, but you know, like a little thing on the wall, and you can put little things, you know, little, how do you call that thing? I don't even know how it's called. A little shelf that you put somewhere, and you put, or maybe a little display with maybe a glass behind, but you would put little things in there, and all very little things. Like I feel she really liked these little things, maybe made of glass or little figurines, or I feel there's something about that she was very, very, I wouldn't say obsessed, but I think she really liked these little things. You know, it was very important to her, and then they're put very well and very clean, and like cleaning around and making sure like it's really perfect.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
You connect, and I feel a sense of smell as well with her. Maybe she had a very, very specific smell she would like, spraying smells, perfume or things, special smells she would like. It had to be very specific, fresh and perfect, and not. If it was one day off or something, you know, like it was a little bit strange, the smell, she would like be, no way, you know. So very much about the right smell, the right taste. That's very much, I feel, what you got from her, you know, perfection, accuracy, precision. You know, and you can spot things. She could spot things. It has a micro stain in a big tablecloth. I'm the same, by the way. But anyway, a big tablecloth has a micro stain on it. She would like, you know, really, she could not miss it. You know, like you know what I mean? Or like a cake with like one cherry is a little bit of a different color. She would see it like, what happened to that cherry? You know, so very much like, you know, some people are that way. Very, very much like almost having a magnifier instead of the eyes, you know, like she could just see everything. So I really feel that from her. And I think as well a sense of making sarcastic jokes, or maybe sometimes saying, "Oh, you like little jokes or little things," she would notice because of this accuracy and this ability to see things, you know, like that nobody could see. She would totally see it. Like someone who said, "You like my dress?" Yeah, but there's a little pleats here that awful. You know? You know what I mean? There was a sense of like it's not perfect. But at the same time, I feel it is someone who really had a good mastery of a skill. She could even, you know, help people to do the same and teach other people or show other people, you know, this is how it's done. And yeah, a lot of skills with the hands and the precisions, and maybe art as well. It's possible that this person liked art as well, and and admiring photos, and that's whole vision thing was important to her. I feel vision, visualizing, putting things together, decorating, all that, but in a very precise way. Yeah, very precise, very, very refined, defined as well. And
Yes.
very, very, very specific taste as well, for special flavors that is very special. She might have been drinking some type of liquor that's very specific, not just like brandy or whatever, but something, maybe some fruit liquor or something that she liked, just that one special taste. So I
Okay.
don't know exactly what she had, which liquor she had access to. I mean, I know like in France we have like pear, we have water prune, we have all these kind of things, so it's possible she liked one of them that was very specific and
Okay.
very strong, but that you have just a little, a little one, not like not beer.
Right.
So I'm sensing that around her very much. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to ask something, or do you want us to disconnect to you?
I mean, I should I ask something or should I
Yeah.
let her speak or yeah, yeah. Any advice on my new spiritual business that I'm wanting to do, like the readings for my YouTube channel or like
Yes.
that kind of thing?
I think what I feel from her, because of how she was and how specific and everything, it seems that everything needs to be really specific in whatever subject you treat. It needs to be very specific, very clear. Today I'm doing that. Today I'm doing this. Tomorrow I'm doing that. So the timing, the planning needs to be very, very accurate, and you can't afford to do anything that's not good. That's kind of what she says. It needs to be very much, like aligned, and uh, the picture in front as well needs to really sell it well. Everything needs to be somewhere you have no, I mean, from her, what she would say is that you have no room for mistake or anything. So it's better to do less but perfect. So you have to focus on perfection and something that is really well defined. So be very clear, very precise. And I get the word niche as well. You need to find a special niche that only you can do, only one thing.
Okay.
Yes, I'm feeling that. The visual is important as well. Needs to be very clean, very clear, very simple. So it will speak to these people that are looking for that. So yeah, you might not be completely for the masses, if I may say. You might be for your one niche that is looking for accuracy, precision, and a special type of reading or what you do. It needs to be. You need to develop that special niche, special brand.
Okay.
And the advice from her is very much something just like what I was describing with her. That's what's with the colors, everything very precise, very specific, quality more than quantity in that case.
Okay.
And it will speak to people that who like you, who are like you, who are like that, and that's what can bring success to you. So maybe something a bit upscale as well, specific, very niche, very specific, more than like everyone.
Right. 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 It's just interesting because I had an idea to do readings based on the medicine wheel. And
Yeah. What is a medicine wheel?
it's the northeast, west, south. It's the Native American.
All right. Okay. I don't know it.
Yeah, I know, but I had an idea and that was a little bit, and nobody else is doing quite that I see. So it
So
kind of
don't
makes
tell everyone. Make it first before telling everyone. But yes, that could be good if it's
I mean,
done in a very nice.
it's a reading based on yeah.
Yes, that's good. That could be a very good idea. If it's done in that way, in a very specific way, that could definitely, anything that's exactly what I described, specific, precise, the fragrance as well. I know you work sometimes with sprays and fragrance and stuff, so it needs to be very specific as well. That's a very good idea. The smell, yeah, the spray, the pearls as well. I feel that she was wearing this necklace. Maybe you could make necklace as well, but that are like especially like the way you want and that are symbolize your brand, and the very nice ones.
Okay.
So there's this merchandising thing that can be as well, but and the way you display it needs to be a very special way, very specific as well.
Okay.
Even if you do shop online as well, it needs to be very specific, very nice. You need maybe to spend time doing that, or the photos, everything needs to be very, very boutique kind of thing, like a boutique, not
Right.
a shop, you know? That's kind of what I'm sensing from her.
Right.
All right, boutique. It's very much like a boutique, a little cute little shop boutique kind of thing.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds great. So I'm going to talk to Mattia now because we are getting in the middle, if I would say, or to the show, to the talk to spirits. Because on Sunday I do something that has another name, so I'm kind of like, yes, talk to spirits. I'm going to talk to you
Cool.
now, Mattia, and see how have you been this week. We talked
I'm
to you
good,
last.
thank you. How have you been, Raphael?
I've been very well. You know, it's the Christmas time, Christmas
Great.
season, so everyone is like eating and excited about it. And it's still exciting. It's better than not. Christmas is better than not Christmas. You know what I mean? It has its perks. So everyone is a little bit excited about it. It's a good excuse to celebrate a little bit, eat a little bit, drink a little bit, and do things that you don't do other days. So this, you know what I mean? The holiday season, basically.
Nice.
I don't need to sell it to you. And you, did you have a little bit of celebration where you were able on Christmas to do
Yes,
this
it
little
was
light
nice.
show that you were recommended to do, right? You were able to do that?
Yes, it was beautiful. Thank you.
Ah, that's wonderful. I'm glad you were able to do that. Tonight, would you like to connect with someone, or where do we go? Tell me.
I want to see if I can reach out to my late aunt, Edith.
All right, so let me see. I can't pronounce it, but I got it. Edith. In French, we say Edith.
Yes.
Yeah, and in English, we say something else. Edith. Yeah. So let me see with her. All right, so let me see with her. I have the feeling somehow, because I keep saying crazy things and fun things right now, she must have been funny, because somehow, I feel there's a sense of funny, with her, like making jokes and like laughing a lot, because I don't know, I feel a lot of funny things coming to me right now, and I'm wanting to joke and say like just things to laugh, it's not funny, but it feels like I want to laugh. So I feel that this person was really funny and like to laugh for anything. I'm sensing this kind of thing, like always wanting to laugh for whatever, as long as you laugh, you don't even need to really understand why, but that's what the sensation I'm feeling right now. Yes, so I feel that it's her spirit. I feel a lot of big things around her, so I don't know. She liked big things. It was quite something bigger. She liked big things, so I don't know why, but I'm feeling of big cushions, big people. Everything was quite big, and I see with the hands as well. I don't know what she was doing with the hands, but maybe dancing as well. I'm seeing someone quite festive, in her life, like really liking to fun, I see a lot of fun around her, like a fun person, that would always like say, hey, come party, come with us. I'm really feeling something like that. Joyous, fun, laughing, why are you crying here? Come and dance, I'm seeing this kind of thing around. I feel the music, the dancing, the shaking, all that. Maybe she was, I don't know if she was an artist, but she could really have been like some artist or something, hosting things, or maybe having a restaurant and like, hey, like come and dance and listen. I'm seeing this kind of thing, like someone who has a big aura, charisma, and like talking to everyone, always being in the middle of everywhere, like, and like people would see her from a distance. I feel as well they would get to a party. I see party around her, or she liked party celebration very much. I can see her really, really, really enjoying that. And people would see her from a distance. When they go to a place, they can see her. They're like, oh, this is auntie. People could not miss her when so she would immediately, they would see her. I feel because of, I don't know, what she was doing, and people would notice her. The vibe around her was very much that way. And laughing, laughing. I don't think she was really quiet. I think she was probably quite, you would notice her. I don't feel she was a discreet, hiding, like bigger than life kind of charisma. Sorry?
Very confident. She was very confident.
Yeah, I feel that, it's like she was in the center of everything. It's like you, like in the middle, like really much in the middle. I think the message to you from her is very much like, what, don't bother about stupid people. And it's like, just be yourself, and like, you know, if people bother you, just push them on the side. I feel there's very much this kind of thing she had. She really didn't care about people that were nasty, or it was like, you know, just go and leave, give it. You know, I feel she would know how to really know the limits around her, and that's what she wants to tell you as well. Don't let anyone put you down or annoy you, whatever. Just push them, tell them, you know, and just like go away. I'm feeling that very much from her. If there's someone bothering you, or actually, I want to tell you something. That's because we did a reading with the tarot on Sunday. I think there's something about the guy that we were talking about. It's also like, you know, show him a little bit how he should behave. There's something about that as well from her. It's like, show him a bit, you know, how to behave like a gentleman or something. There's a message like that from her. Don't let people make you feel down, or, you know, you rule, you know. It's kind of like you have to rule. You don't just like, you know, push them a little bit if they're not giving you what you need, you know, or what you want. So it's very much about respect. And you're big, you know. There's a sense of like, you know, you are big. You're not a little thing. I'm feeling that from her, you know. You just remember you've got the power, you know. So that's what I'm sensing from her. It's very much a message of you're strong, you know. You're very strong, and if you don't feel strong, just pretend, or you know, you can be strong.
Okay, because she was very, very confident that sometimes it might come off like arrogance, but
Yeah.
it's just the way she was, that she was an Aries. And
I'm Aries as well, by the way. She was a super Aries, like Aries/Leo, I find a little bit, you know, because
yeah, on fire.
yeah, total fire, but Leo as well, you know. It's like really wide kind of aura kind of thing, you know, like, you know, like, what are you doing here? You kind of like, you didn't want to mess with her as well, I feel, you know.
Yeah, she was
Not at all. You could not really tell her what to do, I feel.
very
But fun as well. You know, like a fun person as well. She would laugh. I think people would love just hearing her laugh, and like, because she would rule, you know, the vibe of the room. So if she's laughing, she's laughing. If she's upset, she's upset. If she's, you know, if she wants to take the whole room, she takes the whole room. You know, it's very much this message of territory as well. You know, take your territory, and the world, the room, the house is your territory. I'm feeling from her as well. You know, you put the limits. The limit don't put you, you know. It's like, you could put the limits yourself. You don't have to just look at the limits. I sense that very much from her. And because I feel this laughing thing, I think the message to you is like, enjoy, you know, have fun, laugh at everything, at people, or whatever. Just whatever makes you feel good. Just, you know, you have to have this vibe going out. If you want to laugh, just laugh, and don't keep that inside, you know. Just let laughing, singing. So I feel this dimension of show as well around her. I don't know if she liked to be seen, yeah, or just sing, but there's something about that, you know. She could have been an artist or a host, or I'm really sensing that from her. That could have worked for her. I don't know if she did it.
She was an educator.
She was doing
She
what?
was an educator. She was an educator. She was a teacher and a principal.
Yeah, people would totally listen to her. I feel she was in the right position, you know, as just saying and and ruling, you know, you and yeah, I mean, like a very, very big vibe, you know. Yeah, big vibe. I'm sensing that. Yes, that's the vibe I'm getting from her. Do you want to ask her a question about something, or do you want?
I just want to know if she's proud of me.
All right, okay. Let me see. Yeah, I feel that it's like you and I, that's what she's saying to you, you know, you and I are made of the same flesh, if I may say, you know, the same material, you know, so you are like her. So yes, she is very much, you know, she feels like you're made of the same how can I say that? Yeah, same flesh, if I may say, you know, she feels that way. So how could she not be proud of you?
Yeah,
you know?
She raised me for 8 years.
What did you say?
She
She raised you. Yes, she feels like, you know, you are like, she feels like you are the same flesh, the same meat, if I may say, like it's the same. So she feels like you're the same. You're similar. That's what I'm sensing, yeah. But what's very important, I feel, from her is to remember that. I can hear some stuff. Okay. What's very important for her is very much for you to not let anyone tell you what to do, you know? It's very important to remember her in that sense. You are the one who have to tell others what to do, but don't listen to anything, to anyone. You're the boss, you know, it's very much that way. The only boss was her, but nobody else. So whatever people tell you now, the boss is now telling you that she was the boss, not anyone else around in your life.
Okay.
You know, you need to remember that. You know, she's the one, and nobody else needs to be followed or listened to. Nobody else can tell you what to do. You know, but her. But even though she's not telling you to do anything, but it's now it's more like, you know, you're free to rule. You know, like her. Take the example on her when someone wants to try to. Someone's trying to, you know, dictate or tell you, oh, you should do this or blah blah blah. You can, you know, remember her, and like you can call her spirits as well to you, you know, to your rescue sometimes when you feel like you're being controlled, you know, you can just say, tell her to come or remember her, you know. But she's in a good place. There's a lot of energy I feel around her, you know. I see a lot of energy. It's really not someone asleep or quiet, or I can see it, you know. I really sense it, you know, very like huge energy, you know. And I feel even physically, if someone would try to mess with her, she could actually really push them, you know.
Yeah.
If somebody would try to steal her handbag or something, you know, I feel that she could really like, you know, like she would not be afraid of that. Sorry?
She was really tough.
Yeah, like she would not be afraid someone would come and attack her. She would just, you know, push them on the side and like, you are not, you know, taking anything from me, you know. It's like, don't even think. But I think it was funny at the same time. Someone fun, you know, and I think things she would do, people would notice and be a little bit like, what did she just do, you know? That's why I'm sensing this whole comedian, actor, you know, she could really have been, yeah, an artist as well, you know. In somehow she might have looked that way in her life, you know, even though she, you know, she could have, that would have worked in other situations the way she was, because she could get the attention, you know, and she was very clear about what she wants, how she expressed herself, and very determined, you know. And so with this big aura, this fire, so, and of course, yeah, she wants you to remember that, and to feel that connection, you know, whenever you need it, you know, when you're not sure about, you know, when someone's trying to influence you, you know, just remember her. She would say, what? What did you just say? Are you trying to influence me? Go to bed. You know? So, but a fun, very fun person, you know. And I feel she would put the hands here on the shoulder. I don't know why. I feel she's even putting the hand on my shoulder right now. Like, you know, I don't know why, but I think she would do that sometimes. Like, hey, you know, like doing something with the shoulder. Hey, you know. She would arrive from behind and kind of like, I don't know why I'm sensing that, but I think she would easily take someone by the shoulder.
Okay.
And maybe from behind, like, you know, you are somewhere and like say, hey, you know, or like putting the hand here. I don't know why. I don't know if it was to surprise you, or to kind of or to show that, you know, she was in control, but she would do that to some people. I think
Okay.
people she liked, not people that she didn't like, but she would easily put the hand here, and you could feel the grip, you know. It was not like a little cat mini hand, you know. It was, you could really feel like, okay, she's here, you know, on the right. I'm feeling that very much, and sometimes shaking you a little bit, you know. If like I could see she could really shake sometimes. I don't know if she had to do that sometimes in her work, or kind of shake people a little bit when they were like not listening. But I feel she could have easily showed people who has the power, you know, in there. And there would be a little bit like, yeah, I see all these images. It's almost a movie, you know. It's like a very someone you can't forget, and who's really not forgotten at all, and who did not forget about anyone,
Okay.
you know. So, and I feel she might be connected to people there. I don't feel that it's someone who would be lonely. So even as a spirit, I feel there are people around her. She's talking to other people. I'm sensing that. I don't often feel that way, but I feel that there's a lot of people around that she's talking to, and she's connecting with lots of people on the other side.
Okay.
You know, tons of people around her. I feel she's still kind of the same. She's still connected to lots of people. Yeah, everyone she knew, she's still connecting to them, and still in the middle of everything, and yeah, very much.
That's good.
Yeah, she's in a good place. But yeah, follow how she was, do exactly things the way she was doing them, and don't let anyone dictate anything to you.
Okay, thank
All right,
you.
that's a message for her. All right.
Thank you, Raphael.
It was great to connect, to be able to connect with your aunt, great aunt or own aunt. And we're going to get closer to the end of the show. I just want to say hi to Leo, who was saying bonjour on YouTube. So thank you for sending us a message. And then someone else who say coucou Raphael. But sometimes with my messaging system, I don't know who's sending it, but it seems nice. So coucou back, which means hello. And I want to remind everyone that you can, of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Raphael Psychic. And we're getting to the end of the show. So the next one is next Monday at the same time at 6 p.m. LA time and 9 p.m. New York time. And it was a pleasure to have you watching and joining, participating. And I'm going to wish you a happy new year, by the way, because I won't be online before, I think, the new year. And next Sunday, there's the RTWM Tower Live where we talk about tarot and astrology. And you're welcome to join, Mattia and Kristen. And I'm going to let you go now and spend a nice evening. And it was great to connect. So you take care. Kristen, did you say something? All right. Just thank you. Okay. Bye. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Take care.